I'm Charlie.
I'm Jamie.
And we're from As Everything Unfolds, and we're going to share with you tour tips. Invest in a decent roll mat or some form of like sleeping apparatus.
Very important.
Yeah, we're still at the stage where we don't have budgets for hotels. We don't have, we will stay in Airbnbs irregularly on tour between staying at people's houses. And often
it's mainly people's houses.
Because there's often a tour party of 9. There's obviously quite a lot of us, so we end up sleeping on the floors in between beds and stuff. So, and generally we kind of rotate it.
Yeah.
Depending if the drivers will always get priority and stuff. But so you often find yourself in front of a laminate wood floor going, my bed looks nice tonight.
If you're not lucky enough to get a sofa, you're on the floor.
So, yeah, especially, and even if you're told that there is a blow-up mattress or a mattress of some kind, you don't know what that mattress is going to be like, because there are some disgusting ass mattresses in places, and also blow-up mattresses that deflate in the middle of the night, which we experienced in Vienna, which two lovely people.
When you've got 3 or 4 people on an air mattress, the cumulative weight blows that down. And yeah, it was in Vienna. We were staying on a blow-up mattress that 2 friends of ours put us up, which was nice of them. And then we, staying on a mattress, went down all the way in the middle of the night. But luckily, we had blow-up air mattresses
because we invested.
Very smart.
So yeah, that's definitely, and don't get like one of those like camping ones. You need to get like, they're not very expensive. We all got ones. They're like little like mini cushions.
Yeah, they were like 20 quid or something.
Yeah, so they're not too expensive, and they're definitely a worthwhile investment. And actually, I've had some really good sleeps on them, because you can't really lie on your side on them, but they force you to lie on your back, which actually gives you a better night's sleep. So there you go. Yeah.
Next tip, bring hand sanitizer, because venues are disgusting. I remember there was this one, I think it was was it Hamburg? Mm-hmm. The venue was like under a bridge. It was probably the most disgusting venue we've ever played in. The toilets were absolutely horrible. Walk in, spiders, cobwebs.
The spiders were the least of your worries in that toilet.
Blood and shit everywhere. Not nice.
And the girls weren't any better. I think there was one point where I went into the girls' toilet to go for a wee.
Tampon.
Well, yeah. No, I went into the toilet and there was just blood everywhere, and I was like, no. So because we were at the venue early, sound checking and stuff, so everybody there we either knew because we were touring with, or they were venue staff. So I was like, I'll just go in the men's toilet, like, it's fine, like, that's quite normal. Went in there, no better. So I was like, good, I guess I just won't wee.
Absolutely gross. And if you're setting up all your gear, which in itself is pretty disgusting, then you go and use a horrible toilet, and then you go and get a kebab that you're eating with your hands. Sanitize your hands, for goodness sake, and especially with Lorona hand sanitizer.
Yeah, I must admit, I think when we were in that venue, I think you all went and so the van was parked like up against a it was in a car park, but it was like right at the end, up against like a bush, and I'm pretty sure you all went to the van.
I don't think any of us used that toilet.
No, I think you all went to the van and then pissed in the bush behind the van.
Yeah.
I couldn't. I held my wee the whole night. I held my wee. I'm very proud. Yeah. So my next tip is definitely, if you're travelling together, like in a van or in a bus, I think it goes without saying, is that you don't sleep very well on tour. There's a lot of travelling, there's a lot of getting in late, getting up early if you're travelling from sort of place to place. So if you can sleep, and if that person is sleeping, leave them alone. Like, there were occasions where, like, we would play pranks and stuff, but generally it was a kind of, if somebody would announce to the van, I'm going to sleep, please don't wake me up or I will kill you, we will leave them alone. But if somebody just kind of nods off, like, in the middle of the day, we'll kind of like poke a little bit of fun. But generally, I think it's kind of, you need to catch your sleep when you can. Because
if you're finishing a show late, like you're not going to get back to wherever it is that you're staying until very late, especially if you go out, have a few pints afterwards. Sleep is a valuable commodity on tour. Sleep every minute you can get in the van, and yeah, it's very important. Next top tip is curate a playlist. Very important. If you've got long drives, you want to have some tunes to listen to, and especially for your driver's sake, because those long drives are a pain, and you've got to keep them awake. And Owen, our guitarist, he curated a fantastic playlist called Mountains of Bang to Harden Your Wang.
Yeah. To be fair, I think it did us a lot of. We had a really.
And everyone loves to sing along.
True, but we had a really shit. I think like the routing on the way back, just unfortunately the way it worked out with like shows being booked, etc., etc. Like we were in I think the middle of Germany, or like basically centre Germany, and we had to come back to Cornwall in England, which is basically the furthest west you can possibly get in England. So we were coming from the middle of Europe to western bottom of England, and we had to do that in not a lot of time. We literally had to pack up our stuff after we played, and we said goodbye to all our friends. You know, we didn't really have a huge amount of time. We couldn't like have a drink with them or watch their set. It was sucked so bad. Get on the Eurotunnel at 4 a.m, and then drive the rest of it, and then pretty much got there and played our set. But in between that, we were like, right, Owen, it's time to bring out the playlist. So we had Venga Boys. We had
Shania Twain,
but we had some like
Kylie Minogue.
Yeah,
there was a lot of 90s bangers, to be fair.
But there was also like we had some like Avril Lavigne, Busted, you know, things that like we grew up on, like something that like kind of catches you and you go, oh my god, like it kind of like reignites your energy.
Sing along songs. Yeah. You want the whole bus chanting or the whole van chanting.
I think it's definitely like if you're on a big bus and there's a lot of people, it might be a different atmosphere. Like we've not done a bus tour, so we don't really know. But like in a small van where there's like 9 of you're all really close as well. You know, you've got a band and then crew, and like we're all quite close to all our crew. So when to be honest, we would just play and we would all sing along like. And we play a lot of our friends' bands, and that's also an important one as well, is making sure you put your friends' bands on your playlist, because it's important to support people, your friends and your peers.
Which I think is a fantastic segue into the next tip.
That was exactly my point. It's sort of underestimated, well, a lot of people underestimate the power of just being nice to other people and being nice to your peers, being nice to just people in the industry. And that's not about putting on a front. Like if you're not a nice person, you're not a nice person, you won't be nice, right? But just be friendly to everybody. You don't know what anybody's going through. You don't know why somebody is the way they is. But if you're nice to people, you can make friends with people you maybe didn't think you'd make friends with. And those friendships can give you things that you weren't necessarily expecting, but you appreciate. And, you know, we've met people through mutual friends that now we know, you know, they'll message us and go like, oh guys, if you're ever playing a tour, like please come and stay with us because we really liked you, you know, like you know, the band we toured with in Europe, Dead Like Juliet, they're from Northern Italy, so their English is, to be fair, very 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 good. Like they always go, oh, my English not good. I'm like, trust me, it's very good, but they worry about like pronunciation of certain words, so they come to me and they ask my opinion, so they send me their songs and I give them like, and they go, oh, can you just check this is the right word or the right pronunciation? And I'm always happy to give them that advice. And I've said to them, I'm like, look guys, like if you ever tour in the UK, please come and stay with us. Like, you know, because I know a band coming from Europe to the UK, it's quite an expensive journey as well. So like, you know, be more than happy to put them up. And they've said the same as well. And we've got loads of friends that live in the north of England, and they always offer their places up to us, and that's something that's invaluable when you're touring, because the amount of money you spend on staying in Airbnbs, especially because they tend to be places where they put up a big amount of people, and they tend to be a bit cheaper, but that isn't a sustainable way of touring, unfortunately, unless you have wads of cash, which most people don't.
No one does.
So yeah, and I think, to be honest, just being a nice person is just a nice atmosphere. It makes touring more fun. It just makes the whole experience more enjoyable for everybody. So
everyone just wants to have a good time.
Yeah, that's why we're
Be
there.
nice.
We're all there to have a good time. We're all doing the same thing. We're all in it together. So just enjoy it. And yeah, that is my top tips. Top touring tips. So yeah, thank you.